So a quartz crystal, this is kind of where pretty much everybody starts out with, or should start out with. They kind of shoot energy, out the top. And now there are also chunky stones, like this here. And this is one of the most important stones to have, in my opinion at least. And this is quartz crystal. You can see different shades of pink. These are rough stones, not polished. And this is an ordinary quartz crystal, rose quartz. And this here is a strawberry rose quartz. This means when you polish it into a cabochon, it will have a holographic cross in front of it, and it has a little structure inside of it that resembles a strawberry. And the difference is not only a couple of $100, but this is a much finer energy. The color is slightly sweeter and finer, and it's just like a better wine. You have a better flavor. But cheap wine does the job too, and so this is a cheap rose quartz crystal, and gets hold in and draw again, earth love into our heart. And boy, this whole area is just starting to glow. It's like being in love again. My heart is open, just like a 14-year-old adoring girlfriend. And so for healing and for meditation, we all know love is the best, and this is the thing, rose quartz. And let's say you have a chunk of rose quartz and you want to do like a lot of healing, somebody needs a lot of love. What I do is I just take my crystal wand and I piggyback, the chunk of rose quartz, onto the wand. I just hold it where all my other chakra stones are, and I just run the energy, over the wand, which kind of squirts out very, very focused, so you can stay further away, from your client or the person you're healing or the part that you're healing, and you don't have to stick, your hand into like a painful aura, and pick up stuff. So this is the tool for professional healers. So you can always piggyback any stone that you need onto your normal wand, and that's a wonderful thing. You don't need a special wand for every occasion. And so the rose quartz gives you a lot of love. Now if you're a healer or a psychologist, or you're going through a crappy time, have negative energies, there is another really, really important stone, and which is obsidian. This is obsidian. Actually, this is rainbow obsidian. This is, of course, the fine form of obsidian. It's a lot sweeter than the other obsidian. Now here, this is a normal, ordinary obsidian ball, and when you look at it, there is one area that is grayer than the others, which is here. Yeah, there you can see that. Difficult to see, it's black, I understand. And this is probably where you want to put your hand. And the thing with obsidian is it grounds negative energy into the earth. And just to give you some examples of how these rocks can be used very, very wonderfully is, I've spoken to a lot of pagan priests in different cities that would counsel in the prisons. Go there, work with people that are desperate, that are angry, that are messed up, that had horrible childhoods and ruined lives, and work with them. And these were very sensitive people, and so I asked them, how do you handle this negative energies? There's oodles of bad energies in jail, It's just an ocean of bad energy, anger and hate in general. There's very little love there. So how do you handle this? And, get out, uncontaminated. And they said, oh yeah, no, we use Obsidian, we give them Obsidian egg to hold, and they just ground it all out. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. And so I use it, in my personal work, in rebirthing work, breath work, in other situations, where you go into, the dark basement of the human psyche, where rape happens, or, where guilt is, and resentments are, and anger is, and past life, where bad things happened, where there was torture. And this is, when you hold these kind of things, because they will help you release a negative energy, and actually you probably would not look at those dark things unless you had the help of these stones. I know of one psychologist that works with drug addiction, a testimony kind of affair in public, and where people talk about their issues and to basically do group therapy. And I introduced the Obsidian into this situation, and the psychologist told me, since they are holding this talking stone, as it was called, people have been unpacking their burdens, stuff they would not talk about before. They were clammed up before, but suddenly, as soon as they start holding this thing, they just started unloading, all the deep secrets, all the deep pain. They had to adjust their therapy. It was just coming out too much. They weren't used to this. So these are very, very potent. When you work through dark issues. And you can breathe with them when you're, let's say, very upset, and it just, sucks all the bad energy, out of you, and then, your legs kind of open, and you hold them, your legs start tingling. This means they're open. A lot of people nowadays are so mental, computer work, thinking from this and that. They're not in their heart, they're not in their bodies. And when you're not in your body, then, your legs, the chi in your legs gets clogged up, and you don't ground out the bad energy anymore. So once, you start breathing, with Obsidian, a lot of, the bad chi that you're carrying around from emotional experiences, that you're still holding on to, that last fight in the office, or your grudge against your mother and your overbearing father, or your old lovers that dumped you. Some people carry this kind of stuff for years, especially the unconscious stuff, this eternal being pissed off at your mother or the man. Right? So these are all luggage and baggage that we want to get rid of, and this helps with this.